young lady is currently making the rounds on social media, with claims that she may have been exploited by individuals popularly referred to as Yahoo Boys. According to information circulating online, the young woman was reportedly spotted around the Take parliamentary extension area. The information is attributed to Arisha Ginika, who is appealing to members of the public to help her family locate her. But let us be careful, these are allegations circulating online. We should not accuse, identify or condemn anyone without verified evidence. Akahi Master advice to young people. Young Nigerians, please be extremely careful about the people you trust, especially when someone promises you quick money, luxury, accommodation, employment, or an unusually attractive lifestyle. Not every person who appears successful has good intentions. Do not allow desperation, peer pressure, or the desire to become wealthy quickly to make you ignore warning signs. If you notice a friend suddenly behaving strangely, disappearing, becoming isolated, or appearing to be under someone's control, don't ignore it. Contact trusted family members, responsible adults, or the appropriate authorities. And to parents and relatives, please pay attention to your children and young people around you. Sometimes, early intervention can prevent a tragedy. If you recognize this young woman or have credible information about her whereabouts, please help connect the information to her family or the relevant authorities rather than spreading unverified accusations. Watch the full video and listen carefully to Arisha Ginika's narration for the details. This is not just about one young woman. It is a reminder that young people must value their lives, choose their friends carefully, and never sacrifice their safety for quick wealth. Akahi News Analysis. Think deeply. Verify before you believe. Protect one another.
This morning, we came across this young girl you're seeing here on my screen. From all indication, she's not okay.
What's the address?
She said her name is Blessing and Ekanem. That her family name is Ekanem family. We tried to help.
She's mentioning the address.
Her family, but she was saying a lot of things that were not put together. First of all, she said that her house is by Parliamentary Junction by Women Commission.
Do you know anybody there?
In another way, she said she was coming from a psychiatric hospital. So we didn't actually know which one to do. We tried to keep her in that area. That is this road by Tech at Parliamentary Extension. When you go inside that street by the dustbin, there's one shop there. We beg the person that sells something there to just help us keep an eye on her.
Where did you
contact the family? Please, if you know this girl here, her name is Blessing and Ekanem. Please go to that street by Tech at Parliamentary Extension. Go inside the street and see if you can still get her, please.
A warning to young Nigerians. A disturbing video involving a young lady is currently making the rounds on social media, with claims that she may have been exploited by individuals popularly referred to as Yahoo Boys. According to information circulating online, the young woman was reportedly spotted around the Take parliamentary extension area. The information is attributed to Arisha Ginika, who is appealing to members of the public to help her family locate her. But let us be careful, these are allegations circulating online. We should not accuse, identify or condemn anyone without verified evidence. Akahi Master advice to young people. Young Nigerians, please be extremely careful about the people you trust, especially when someone promises you quick money, luxury, accommodation, employment, or an unusually attractive lifestyle. Not every person who appears successful has good intentions. Do not allow desperation, peer pressure, or the desire to become wealthy quickly to make you ignore warning signs. If you notice a friend suddenly behaving strangely, disappearing, becoming isolated, or appearing to be under someone's control, don't ignore it. Contact trusted family members, responsible adults, or the appropriate authorities. And to parents and relatives, please pay attention to your children and young people around you. Sometimes, early intervention can prevent a tragedy. If you recognize this young woman or have credible information about her whereabouts, please help connect the information to her family or the relevant authorities rather than spreading unverified accusations. Watch the full video and listen carefully to Arisha Ginika's narration for the details. This is not just about one young woman. It is a reminder that young people must value their lives, choose their friends carefully, and never sacrifice their safety for quick wealth. Akahi News Analysis. Think deeply. Verify before you believe. Protect one another.
This morning, we came across this young girl you're seeing here on my screen. From all indication, she's not okay.
What's the address?
She said her name is Blessing and
What's the address?
Ekanem. That her family name is Ese Ekanem family. We tried to help.
She's mentioning the address.
Her family, but she was saying a lot of things that were not put together. First of all, she said that her house is by Parliamentary Junction by Women
Yes.
Commission.
Do you know anybody there?
In another way, she said she was coming from psychiatric hospital. So we didn't actually know which one to do again, but we tried to keep her in that area. That is this road by Excel Tech at Parliamentary Extension. When you go inside that street by the dustbin, there's one shop there. We beg the person that sells something there to just help us keep an eye on her.
Where the clothes?
And contact the family. Please, if you know this girl here, her name is Blessing and Ekanem. Please go to that street by Excel Tech at Parliamentary Extension. Go inside the street and see if you can still get her, please.
A warning to young Nigerians. The following short video is currently circulating online, showing a young man in tears as he makes serious allegations against some police officers. According to the young man's account, he alleges that officers demanded 100,000 naira from him and allegedly took him to an uncompleted filling station, where he was reportedly asked to transfer money because he did not have cash. He further alleges that he was handcuffed. These are allegations contained in a viral social media video, and they should be properly investigated before anyone is condemned. Our message to the bad eggs. To any police officer who abuses the power of the uniform, remember that the uniform is a responsibility, not a license to intimidate, extort, or humiliate citizens. The police are meant to protect lives and property and enforce the law. When an officer uses the authority of the state for personal gain, it damages public confidence in the entire institution. One bad action can destroy the trust that thousands of hardworking officers are trying to build. The uniform should command respect because of professionalism, not fear because of abuse. Our message to young Nigerians. Young Nigerians must also know their rights and responsibilities. If you are stopped or questioned by the police, remain calm and avoid unnecessary confrontation. Do not physically resist an officer or attempt to take the law into your own hands. If you believe you are being unlawfully harassed or extorted, try to remember the officer's details, location and circumstances, and where safe and possible, preserve evidence and report the matter through appropriate official channels. Most importantly, Do not respond to alleged police misconduct with violence or mob action. Nigeria needs rule of law, not jungle justice. Akahi News Analysis. Police officers must understand that every citizen deserves dignity. And citizens must understand that knowing your rights does not mean fighting the police. Let the law work. Let evidence speak. Let misconduct be investigated and punished through due process. Watch the viral clip and listen carefully to the young man's account. Akahi News Analysis. Think deeply. Verify before you believe. Know your rights. Respect the law.
La police station. You put me for completed duty. That place is not la police station. You put me for completed duty. You say make I pay 100,000. I don't get it. Have you completed police station? You can't be go.
A warning to both sides. A disturbing short video is African Examinations Council, WAEC, are seen moving around the Yoruba-speaking community and speaking directly to members of the public in Yoruba. Their message is particularly directed at parents, market women, young people and members of the community, drawing attention to the growing importance of computer knowledge as WAEC examinations increasingly adopt the computer-based test, CBT, format. For the benefit of those who do not understand Yoruba, the message can be summarized this way. They are encouraging parents and guardians to begin preparing their children and wards by enrolling them in computer training centers, so that the students can become familiar with using computers before sitting for their examinations. The emphasis is on early preparation. Rather than waiting until examination time before students begin learning how to operate a computer, parents are being encouraged to take the necessary steps ahead of time. This is an important message for families, especially those whose children may have little or no experience using computers. Familiarity with the keyboard, mouse, screen navigation and basic computer operations can help students feel more confident when faced with a CBT examination. However, viewers should also note that the individuals in the video are only alleged to be WAEC representatives. Their identity and official status should be independently verified before anyone relies on the message as an official WAEC directive. So, what exactly are the saying in Yoruba, and what does the message mean for parents and students preparing for future WAEC examinations? Watch and listen to the video carefully as Akahi Master Analysis brings you the message and explains its significance, especially for non-Yoruba speakers.
Jọ́mẹ́ta, àwọn láti àjọ WAEC ní àwùjọ láti wá bí tó gbogbo àwọn òbí wa létí wípé gbogbo àwọn tí àwọn ọmọ wọn wà nílé ẹ̀kọ́ gíga tàbí tí wọ́n ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní lọ sílé ẹ̀kọ́ gíga láti lọ mú àwọn ọmọ láti lọ kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ kọ̀ǹpútà torí pé láti ọdún tó ń bọ̀ lọ àwọn ọmọ wa máa ṣe WAEC ìdánwò WAEC wọ́n máa ṣe lórí ẹ̀rọ kọ̀ǹpútà ibẹ̀ láti máa ṣe ìwúlẹ̀ tá a fi wá sí ìta láti jẹ́ kí gbogbo àwọn òbí wa kí wọ́n mọ ohun tí ó fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ láti ọdún tó ń bọ̀ lọ. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. Àwọn láti àjọ WAEC ní àwùjọ láti wá fi tó gbogbo àwọn òbí wa létí wípé gbogbo àwọn tí àwọn ọmọ wọn wà nílé ẹ̀kọ́ gíga tàbí tí wọ́n ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní lọ sílé ẹ̀kọ́ gíga láti lọ mú àwọn ọmọ láti lọ kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ kọ̀ǹpútà torí pé láti ọdún tó ń bọ̀ lọ àwọn ọmọ wa máa ṣe WAEC ìdánwò WAEC wọ́n máa ṣe lórí ẹ̀rọ kọ̀ǹpútà ibẹ̀ láti máa ṣe ìwúlẹ̀ tá a fi wá sí ìta láti jẹ́ kí gbogbo àwọn òbí wa kí wọ́n mọ ohun tí ó fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ láti ọdún tó ń bọ̀ lọ. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀.
In this viral video, some individuals who are alleged clash, Falana speaks on NBA conference and Tinubu swears in new head of service. Good day and welcome to Akahi News. This is Akahi Master Analysis, where we don't just tell you what happened, we look behind the headlines and ask the questions Nigerians should be asking. Today, we have 4 major developments to examine. First, Verydatman is challenging the Nigerian police force over his controversial claims concerning alleged links between security personnel and kidnapping activities at checkpoints. Second, 4 people have been killed following a violent clash in a Lagos community, with several others injured and structures reportedly destroyed. Third, senior lawyer Femi Falana has criticized the decision to have Verydatman participate in discussions at a Nigerian Bar Association conference on security matters, arguing that specialized issues should involve people with direct experience. And finally, President Bola Tinubu has sworn in Abel Enitan as the new head of the Civil Service of the Federation. These are 4 different stories, but they all raise important questions about security, accountability, expertise, leadership, and the Nigerian state. So, please stay with me. If you are watching this live stream, don't just watch silently. Tell me in the comments, which of these 4 stories concerns you the most? Is it the VDM and police controversy? The 4 deaths in Lagos? Falana's criticism of VDM's conference role? Or the appointment of a new head of the civil service? Let's begin. Story 1. VDM challenges police, charge me to court. Let us start with the story generating significant public attention. Verydatman, popularly known as VDM, has challenged the Nigerian police force over allegations he made concerning kidnapping and police checkpoints. The police had invited him to provide evidence supporting his claims. The allegations are serious because they concern the possibility of security personnel being connected to criminal activity involving kidnappers. But we need to make something very clear from the beginning. An allegation is not the same thing as an established fact. That distinction is extremely important. According to the reports, VDM has indicated that he is ready to face the legal process and has challenged the authorities to charge him to court, where he says he can present his evidence. Now, this is where the story becomes bigger than one social media personality. The real issue is, how should Nigeria handle serious allegations against security institutions? Because on one hand, if somebody genuinely possesses evidence that police officers or other security personnel are helping criminals, that evidence should not be ignored. Kidnapping is one of the most frightening crimes confronting Nigerians. If any security official is found to be helping kidnappers, that person should face the full weight of the law. But there is another side. A police officer should not be publicly declared a criminal simply because an allegation has been made. There must be evidence. There must be investigation. There must be due process. And ultimately, there must be justice. So, I think Nigerians should resist the temptation to turn this into simply Team VDM versus Team Police. That is not the most useful way to approach the matter. The real question should be, what evidence exists? How can it be properly examined? And what should happen if the evidence proves the allegation? If the allegation is false, a credible investigation should establish that. If the allegation is true, then the appropriate individuals should be held accountable. That is what a functioning system should do. And this is where the legal process becomes important. VDM says he wants to present his evidence in court rather than simply hand it over in the manner requested. Whether that position is legally or strategically wise is a matter for his lawyers and the appropriate authorities. But Nigerians should watch what happens next. Will there be a formal legal process? Will the evidence be produced? Will independent investigators be involved? Will the police respond transparently? Those are the questions that matter. And there is another issue here. Social media personalities now have enormous influence in Nigeria. A person with millions of followers can raise an allegation in minutes and trigger nationwide discussion. That power comes with responsibility. The same principle applies to government institutions. Security institutions also have enormous power. That power comes with responsibility. Therefore, both sides should be accountable. The citizen who makes a serious allegation should be prepared to substantiate it. And the institution accused of wrongdoing should be willing to allow credible allegations to be properly investigated. That is how public confidence is built. So, my question to you is, if VDM says he has evidence, should he present it directly to the police, or should he insist that the matter be handled through a court or another independent legal process? Put your answer in the comments. Story 2. 4 killed as violence erupts in Lagos community. Now let's move to Lagos. This story is much more disturbing because it involves the loss of human lives. 4 adult men were killed on Thursday after a disagreement reportedly escalated into communal unrest at Power Line bus stop in Ikola, within the Alimosho area of Lagos State. According to the report, several other people sustained injuries. The Lagos State Emergency Management Agency said emergency responders were deployed after receiving a distress call concerning a fire outbreak. The situation had already escalated into serious unrest. Several makeshift structures were reportedly destroyed by fire. Security agencies were mobilized, including the police, army, civil defense and Lagos Neighborhood Safety Corps. The authorities said normalcy had been restored and that investigations had commenced. Now, let us pause here. 4 people are dead. That is not just another headline. Behind the number 4 are 4 families, 4 sets of relatives, 4 communities of people who will wake up knowing that someone they loved is no longer coming home. And this is why we need to be careful about the language we use when reporting communal violence. When people hear words like hoodlums, cultists, Nadana, or other descriptions connected with a violent incident, emotions can immediately rise. But at this stage, we should allow investigators to establish exactly what happened. Punch reported that a disagreement reportedly preceded the violence, while emergency officials said the incident followed a disagreement that escalated into communal unrest. The authorities have urged residents to avoid reprisals and the spread of unverified information. That is extremely important, because after a violent incident, rumors can become another form of violence. Someone says, "Those people did this." Another person says, "They attacked us first." Then another group reacts. Before anybody has established the facts, revenge begins. That is how a local disagreement can become a much larger crisis. So my question is, how can communities prevent small disagreements from becoming deadly communal violence? We need stronger community leadership. We need responsible security intervention. We need early warning systems. And we need citizens who understand that taking the law into their own hands can create consequences that nobody can reverse. You cannot bring a dead person back by killing another person. You cannot rebuild a destroyed community simply by destroying another person's property. And you cannot create justice through uncontrolled revenge. If somebody has committed a crime, let the law deal with that person. This brings us back to our first story. In story 1, we are talking about accountability within security institutions. Here, we are talking about accountability among citizens and communities. In both cases, the principle is the same. Nigeria needs the rule of law, not revenge.
That's good.
The Lagos emergency authorities have said investigations are underway. That investigation should be allowed to establish the immediate and remote causes of the violence and identify anyone found culpable.
Okay.
And the people of the affected community need peace. Not another round of retaliation. Not rumors. Not ethnic or religious escalation. Peace. Story 3. Falana questions VDM's role at NBA conference.
Please pay attention.
Now, let us return to Veridakman, but from a completely different angle.
Okay.
Senior lawyer Femi Falana has criticized the defense of VDM's role at a Nigerian Bar Association conference.
Okay.
This is an interesting development because the debate is not simply about VDM as an individual.
At all.
It raises a broader question.
And what is that question?
Who should speak on specialized issues at professional conferences?
So what did Punch say?
According to Punch, Falana argued that when a discussion concerns specialized security matters, organizers should involve people who have direct knowledge or experience of those
People who
matters,
have direct
including
knowledge.
people involved in security or victims of abductions.
Okay.
He also argued that professional conferences should maintain a strong intellectual tradition,
Okay.
where speakers bring expertise capable of generating serious public debate.
In other words, VDM is not an expert.
Now, I think this
Pay
deserves
attention.
a balanced analysis. First, does having professional expertise matter?
Okay.
Absolutely. If you are discussing a specialized technical subject, expertise is valuable.
Yes.
If you are discussing medicine, you need medical expertise.
That is true.
If you are discussing engineering, you need people who understand engineering.
That is true.
If you are discussing national security, people with direct experience of security matters clearly have something important to contribute.
That is true. But
But here is another
please
question.
pay attention.
Does someone need to be a professional security officer before they can raise important questions about insecurity?
No.
Not necessarily. Citizens experience insecurity.
Yes.
Journalists investigate insecurity.
Yes.
Victims of kidnapping experience insecurity.
That is true.
Community leaders experience insecurity.
That is it.
Human rights advocates discuss insecurity.
Yes.
And public commentators can raise questions that professionals may sometimes overlook.
That is it.
So perhaps the answer is not necessarily experts or are members of the public. Perhaps the better answer is experts and informed members of the public.
That's it.
Imagine a conference where a security expert explains the technical realities of kidnapping. Then a victim explains what it feels like to be kidnapped. Then a lawyer explains the constitutional and legal implications. Then a journalist explains what investigations have revealed. Then a public commentator asks difficult questions from the perspective of ordinary Nigerians. That could actually produce a stronger conversation. So the disagreement over VDM's participation should not simply become another personality battle. We should ask, what was the purpose of the session? What expertise would his participation have been complemented by security experts? These are more useful questions. And I think there is an important lesson here for Nigeria. Professional institutions should maintain standards. But professional institutions should also recognize that public discourse is changing. Social media has changed how Nigerians consume information. A person doesn't need to hold an official position before millions of Nigerians will listen to what that person says. That doesn't automatically make everything the person says correct. It simply means the institution has to decide how to engage with that influence responsibly. And this is where critical thinking becomes essential. Popularity is not expertise, but equally, professional status is not a substitute for truth. The strongest public conversation should be based on evidence, knowledge, experience, and the willingness to listen.
That is it.
That, in my view, is the bigger lesson from the Falana VDM controversy. Story 4. Tinubu swears in Emil Eniton as new head of civil service. Now let's move from controversy and insecurity to government. President Bola Tinubu has sworn in Emil Eniton as the new head of the civil service of the Federation. The appointment took effect on August 27, 2026.
Yes.
According to Punch, Eniton is from Osun State and was the most senior permanent secretary in the Federal Civil Service at the time of his appointment. He had served as a permanent secretary for 7 years and 7 months. He previously served in areas including the Ministry of Police Affairs, the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and the Office of the Vice President, before becoming permanent secretary at the Federal Ministry of Education. This is not merely another government appointment. The head of the civil service occupies a critical position in the machinery of government. Because presidents come and go. Ministers come and go. Political office holders come and go.
But
the permanent bureaucracy remains a major part of how government policies are implemented. So the real question should be, what kind of civil service will Nigerians see under the new leadership? President Tinubu has charged Eniton to consolidate reforms, deepen professionalism and efficiency, and build a more responsive civil service. Those are good objectives. But Nigerians will ultimately judge the appointment by results. Can the civil service become more efficient? Can government services become easier for ordinary citizens to access? Can bureaucracy be reduced? Can public institutions become more accountable? Can merit and professionalism be strengthened? Can digital transformation reduce unnecessary delays? These are the issues Nigerians care about. For an ordinary Nigerian trying to obtain a government service, the question isn't simply, who is the head of service? The question is, will government work better for me? That is the real test. Eniton reportedly brings extensive experience in the federal civil service. Experience has to translate into measurable results. Leadership appointments should not simply be celebrated. They should be monitored. Citizens should ask, what reforms are being implemented? What changes are taking place? What is becoming more efficient? Where are government workers performing better? Where are citizens still facing unnecessary delays? That is how citizens hold institutions accountable without turning every issue into partisan politics. Final AKAHI News Analysis. What connects those 4 stories? Now, let us bring everything together. At first glance, these 4 stories appear completely different. One is about Veridagman and the police. One is about deadly violence in Lagos. One is about Femi Falana and the Nigerian Bar Association Conference. And one is about a new head of the civil service. But there is actually a common thread.
That is the
Institutions. The police are an institution.
Yes,
The legal profession is an institution.
that is correct.
The civil service is an institution.
That is good.
And communities are institutions of social organization.
You are correct.
The question running through all four stories is, can Nigerian institutions earn and maintain public trust?
Trust is the
In the
keyword.
VDM controversy, Nigerians want security institutions they can trust.
Yes.
In the Lagos violence, Nigerians want communities where disagreements do not become deadly.
Yes.
In the Falana debate, Nigerians want professional institutions that combine expertise with meaningful public engagement.
Yes.
And in the civil service, Nigerians want government institutions that actually work.
Yes.
That is why I believe these stories deserve more than simple headlines. Nigeria does not only have a problem of individuals, we also have a problem of systems.
Yes.
And when systems are strong, individuals are less able to abuse them.
Yes.
When systems are weak,
Okay.
even good individuals can struggle to produce good
That
results.
is true.
So, as Nigerians, we should stop asking only, who is right? Sometimes we should also ask, what system will prevent this problem from happening again? That is the deeper question.
Yes.
So, let's quickly recap today's four major stories.
Number one.
Number 1. Veredakman is challenging the police over his allegations concerning checkpoint-related kidnapping claims and says he is prepared to face the legal process.
Number two.
Number 2. 4 people have died after violence erupted in the Ikola area of Lagos, while several others were injured and structures were destroyed. Authorities say investigations are underway and have urged residents to avoid reprisals and unverified information.
Number three.
Number 3. Femi Falana has questioned the suitability of VDM's role in discussions on specialized security issues at the Nigerian Bar Association conference, arguing that people with relevant experience should be involved.
Number four.
Number 4. President Bola Tinubu has sworn in Abel Eniton as the new head of the civil service of the Federation, with expectations that he will deepen professionalism, efficiency, and ongoing reforms. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these stories deserves the most attention? Do you think VDM should present his evidence directly to the police? Do you think the Lagos violence shows that community stronger security and conflict resolution mechanisms? Do you agree with Falana that specialized professional discussions should primarily involve experienced experts? And what do you expect from the new head of the civil service? Put your thoughts in the comments. Please remember that allegations reported in the news should not automatically be treated as established facts. Investigations and due process matter. This is Akahi Master Analysis on Akahi News. I am Joseph Iyaji. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please stay safe. By Joseph Iyaji, Akahi News. This delivers a strong message on justice, due process, and the dangers of taking the law into one's hands.
Okay.
Here are 3 essential points to learn from his statement. 1. No one should be condemned without due process.
No one should be condemned without
The
due
IGP
process.
stresses that allegations must be properly investigated,
Okay.
evidence carefully examined, and accused persons given the opportunity to be heard.
Okay.
An allegation is not the same as a conviction.
That's
2.
it.
Jungle justice and mob action must be rejected.
Vehemently.
The police
Rejected.
chief calls on Nigerians to reject mob action, self-help justice, and every attempt to punish people outside the law. Taking the law into your own hands can create another injustice while trying to correct one.
Okay.
3. Nigeria is governed by the rule of law, not mob rule. The IGP's central message is clear. Justice must be lawful, fair, and impartial. Citizens should allow legitimate institutions to investigate allegations and determine guilt rather than allowing anger or public pressure to dictate punishment.
Okay.
Watch this video and listen carefully to the IGP himself. His message raises an important question for every Nigerian. When emotions are high, will we choose the rule of law or allow mob justice to take over?
Without ambiguity, jungle justice is murder.
Okay.
It is not justice.
It is murder.
It is a crime.
Okay.
And the Nigerian police force will treat it as such.
Okay.
It is illegal, full stop.
Why is it illegal?
Nigeria operates under the rule of law, not mob rule.
Okay.
No citizen, no community, no group has the right to try, sentence, or execute another person.
Okay.
Nobody. Sections 33, 34, and 36 of the 1999 Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria as
What
amended
does this say?
guarantees every Nigerian, even a suspect, the right to life,
Yes.
dignity, and fair hearing.
That's true.
No mob action. Mob action violates the victim's rights to life, to dignity, and fair hearing. The law presumes everybody innocent
Okay.
until proven guilty. In the court of law, not in the street,
Okay.
not by a mob, not by a phone video, because you saw him in video. Innocent people are dying daily on mere suspicion, on just mere suspicion. We have documented painful cases, serious cases, students being lynched just because of phone theft allegation, travelers killed over mistaken identity, young people murdered just because of rumor of blasphemy or ritual killings. We have seen it in this country. The tragic lynching of 16 innocent travelers in Uromi, Edo State, in March 2025 is a very serious reminder of the danger of mob justice. That single incident should haunt every Nigerian every day. Just a rumor, shout of thief, 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 or viral video. None of that is evidence. Listen, none of them is evidence. None of that gives anybody the right to take another person's life. That is not enough. The punishment is severe and it will be enforced. Anybody who assaults or summarily executes a suspected criminal, you kill a suspected criminal, you are guilty of murder, which is punishable by death. Under section 319 of the Criminal Code and section 221 of the Penal Code is very clear about this. Any person who unlawfully kills another person is guilty of murder or manslaughter, depending on the circumstances. It is not only the person, listen, it is not only the person who strike that fatal blow. It is not the only person who used cutlass to cut the person. Under section 516 of the Criminal Code Act, anybody who plans, incites, or encourages the mob, you do support them, you give them all the support. Even without laying a hand on the victim, is criminally liable. Those who merely share, who support the acts, well done, now well done, can be charged with conspiracy or will be charged with conspiracy to murder. And this carries 14 years imprisonment. 14 years imprisonment. Filming the incidents, circulating these videos, mobilizing crowds, or blocking security agents. You don't want to allow police to to liberate them, to take them away.
Okay.
You stop police from interfering, can also attract criminal charges. Now, my directive
The law is clear.
to police officers.
The
I have
commissioners.
directed all commissioners of police across the 36
Now they
states
listening.
of Nigeria and the FCT to treat every case of mob action as homicide. And they should investigate it like that.
Okay.
Full forensic
Okay.
and intelligence follow-up.
Okay.
No exception. No exception. We will identify, we will identify, arrest,
Okay.
and prosecute not just the ringleaders,
Oh.
but everybody available, everybody we can identify who took part in it.
Even on the road.
You are there
You got
laughing.
to-
We'll check the video
Oh,
evidence,
okay.
eyewitness testimonies,
Just go to
and
the
community
house and feed them.
intelligence. And even police officers or security officers who fail to intervene or look away when the crowd gathers, interfere, or fail to do what is necessary, disciplinary action will be taken against the person. Protecting life is not an optional thing for any officer wearing this uniform. You must do your job. Now to the community. If you suspect someone to have committed a crime, call the police. Call the police or alert the nearest police station. Go there and report the case. Hand the person over to the police. That is your civic duty. Taking a life is not your civic duty.
That's true.
Community leaders, religious leaders, market associations, you have influence. Use it. Use it to teach that jungle justice. Teach them that jungle justice is not strength. It is savagery. It is not civilized. And it will be punished like any other murder. We will treat it like murder. We understand the frustration, the slow justice system, yes, the rising crime, but we all know the answer to a broken system is reform, not becoming a murderer yourself. And we know the government is doing everything to ensure that this does not continue. So to every Nigerian watching this program, if you join a mob action today, if you join them, you may be answering for a capital offense tomorrow.
That message
In
is
this
clear.
video, Inspector General of Police
Let me give you
IGP
another
Olu ratio. A serious controversy is building around Hon. Peter A.
Honorable Peter Akanke,
Apanke, the House of Representatives member for Obaliku, Obudu and Bepara Federal Constituency,
Okay, in
following
Cross River State.
allegations made by Delta-based content creator Diamond Dayetenuru Oshakurigo of Pararan Mock News.
We're gonna listen to Parara.
Oshakurigo alleges that after Apanke entered the National Assembly in 2023, several people were approached over supposed government contracts and employment opportunities and were asked to provide substantial sums of money to facilitate them.
This one a corruption.
He claims some people even borrowed money to meet the alleged financial demands. Here are 5 major things to understand about the controversy.
Okay, number one.
1. Millions of naira are allegedly involved.
Oh, wait.
Oshakurigo claims that several individuals allegedly paid huge amounts in connection with purported government opportunities.
Honorable.
He specifically mentioned alleged payments of 20 million nairas, 30 million nairas, 80 million nairas, and other large sums.
Ewo.
One case he highlighted involved an elderly woman who, according to his account, borrowed from her cooperative or contribution group to raise money.
Okay.
He alleged that she paid 20 million nairas and later collected $10,000 at Apan's office. These remain allegations, not established facts.
Okay.
2. An elderly woman is allegedly demanding her money back. One of the strongest moments presented in the video is footage of the elderly woman confronting Apanke in his office and demanding a refund. Oshakorigo claims she repeatedly requested her money after becoming overwhelmed by the loans she allegedly took to raise the funds.
Can you imagine?
He further alleged that Apanke had begun making repayments but that disagreement arose over whether interest connected to the woman's borrowed money should also be reimbursed.
You will pay.
3. Other alleged victims have reportedly come together. According to Oshakorigo, the woman is allegedly not the only person claiming to have been affected.
Okay, they are even named.
He says between 10 and 15 people have created a WhatsApp platform to coordinate their complaints and pursue their concerns. If independently verified, the existence of multiple complainants could make the matter considerably more significant than an isolated financial dispute. 4. The DSS allegation raises another serious question.
Oh, they are using DSS.
Oshakorigo also accused Apanke of allegedly threatening some people seeking refunds by referring to the Department of State Services, DSS. He appealed to DSS authorities to ensure that their officers are not used to frighten, silence or harass people who may have legitimate financial complaints.
Okay.
This particular allegation also requires evidence and a response from the parties involved before any conclusion can responsibly be reached.
That is it.
5. The bigger issue is accountability. Beyond the money being discussed, this controversy raises a broader question about the relationship between elected representatives and constituents. A lawmaker's office can naturally attract people seeking assistance with government programs, employment, and public opportunities. But if money was actually collected from citizens in exchange for contracts or jobs, that would raise serious questions requiring proper investigation. There is also the issue of 2027. Oshakorigo asks a practical question. If people are allegedly still waiting for refunds and Apanke does not return to the National Assembly after the next election, who will they turn to? That question highlights why financial disputes involving public figures should be addressed transparently rather than allowed to remain unresolved. Akahi News, take. The allegations made by Diamond Dietiniru Oshakorigo are serious, but allegations are not convictions. At this stage, the responsible position is to distinguish between what has been alleged, what can be supported by documentary or independent evidence, and what has actually been established by a competent authority. Peter A.
Honorable Peter
Apanke deserves an opportunity to respond fully to the accusations, explain the circumstances surrounding the alleged payments, and present any evidence supporting his position. If money was genuinely collected for legitimate government contracts or jobs, the public deserves clarity about the transactions. If the allegations are false or misleading, the lawmaker equally deserves the opportunity to establish that publicly. The most important issue now is evidence, accountability, and a fair investigation, not speculation. By Joseph Iyaji, Akahi News.
Listen to them.
This man when I receive on my back, so the commando. I the Godfather. I don't watch that movie Godfather. This guy they play chess like say no be here. In 2023, as he just entered as House of Rep, now he start to scam people. When I just know the kind of scam where they scam people, he could just call you. Hello James. Alpha, contract they come when you need contract. You say you now as of rep call you. You call the happy, I need contract goes okay, go and bring 20 million come. They can help you lobby this one. They take you say a lot of people, they define contract. I say they claim it. This innocent woman will not wear. He go do hip enlargement, I mean hip wanting not be nyash only. He come mama. Sir, contract they come, mama say, he say no worry as if say go borrow, they tell you say you cannot get. This one way Macaiva go tell you say you go borrow. As of rep, current one, not be saying a fake one. Go tell you say go borrow. Mama go borrow money for cooperative. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. When tire roll, drive a shop, you understand that? All those meeting people, where you see Akbar, hey, Mama can go borrow money. Mama borrow 10 million, give her. He could tell you give her to somebody.
Okay.
He give. He come Mama again. Contract, not be small people where they fight for this contract, not be here. Mama, you get like 4 million. Mama say no, yeah, borrow. Mama borrow. 6 million, Mama can give her 20 million.
Wow.
From there, he call Mama come in office. You see, claim Mama almost $10,000 cash.
Caraba.
Not be only the Mama. He do another man 30 million. He do another one 80 million. People when this man does come, we say, I won't give you work, I won't give you contract. Oh, you pay first, make the woman very good lobby. The people when they never get WhatsApp group. So they don't reach 10 to 15. So I they read this news they give for now. If you now see Peter, girl, no wonder he second deny Jesus. Run from this man, house of rep man. Nah. If you don't know, so you want to they drag out the money, you go they use DSS when they work for house of rep or house of assembly. Take the threatening, now go take the threatening Mama. Mama can go visit her, say he need the money. Cause he don't turn Mama don't turn Uberaga. Mama now don't turn like this. Mama can go with one of my representatives. He don't know say that guy wear glass. To see whether now he the old Mama or not this thing. Now the small baby only beat the woman for the office. Those of them never wash hand.
He's with me. He cannot excuse him. Yes, you do.
Please pay attention.
Who are you? You invited me, and you have been invited. Enough is enough. I think I've played. I've played that enough. I will not sit on your chairs. God forbid that. I'm going to pass the stage of talking. See, if you didn't even call me to come and see you, I will still have seen you. I will still have seen you.
Who invited you to come and see me? Bros, can we call and see me? Don't worry.
I've not seen you before now. Since 2023, we don't see now.
Sit down, no, come. Let me invite you to come.
I'm not going to sit down on your chair.
No, Van, no, do you have any office?
I don't have any other office.
Sit down, no,
I'm standing. I'm okay standing.
How are you?
Wait for me.
Right, fine. Come. Where's the bed? You be artist?
No, I'm not the artist. Why are you asking me?
I'm a journalist.
You should be your office. Why are you asking me?
Can I tell you?
Of course. There's this one. You want to blow juju for my eye, make me not fear.
Contract money allegations put lawmaker under pressure. A serious controversy is building around the significance of the gathering. The video brings together two prominent Yoruba figures, the Oni of Ife, Oba Adeye Enitan Ogunwusi, and Yoruba activist Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Sunday Igboho, during a traditional event in Ijero, Ekiti. The occasion provided an opportunity for discussions around Yoruba identity, traditional leadership, cultural heritage, and community security. During the event, Sunday Igboho spoke about the Oni and his place in the affairs of the Yoruba people, while the Oni also addressed the gathering and spoke about issues connected with unity and security initiatives. The appearance of both men at the same event is particularly notable because of the wider public interest surrounding Yoruba security and cultural affairs. Rather than relying on second-hand accounts, we will allow you to hear the key remarks directly from the footage. This video is presented for news reporting, public interest discussion, and commentary. Our narration is independently prepared to provide context, while the statements and views expressed in the footage belong to the speakers themselves. Now, let us watch the video and hear what the Oni and Sunday Igboho had to say.
Sunday Igboho wá pàdé mi. Ọmọlúàbí ni ó yá bá mi wò ẹ wò. Gbogbo wa láti gbárùkù tí ní o.
Òòṣà. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ má bá mi rọrùn ẹkùn lọ́wọ́ o. Ọlọ́run rẹ̀ yìí náà lọ́wọ́ o. Ẹ ṣé o. Ẹ bá mi ṣe kábíyèsí Onírìṣà. Ẹ sọ pé olórí aládé gbogbo kábíyèsí o. Ọlọ́run níjọ́ bàjẹ́ fún yín. Ìlú Ajérò ò ní bàjẹ́. Inú mi dùn púpọ̀. Àwọn kan ní a máa lọ wọn láàlè lọ. Torí pé olórí aládé gbogbo ń bọ̀. Ìgbà tí bàbá dé ẹni pé gbogbo nǹkan rọ. Inú mi dùn. Ayọ̀ mi kún. Gbogbo ìgbà ni mo máa ń sọ wípé Ọlọ́run ló rán bàbá Ọ̀ọ̀ni wá. Ọlọ́run ló rán bàbá Onírìṣà. Ọlọ́run ló rán sí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá káàkiri ayé. Àtẹni tó gbà fún bàbá, àtẹni tí ó gbà, Ọlọ́run ti gbé bàbá jẹ rí wọn. Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kẹ́mi bàbá ó gùn dáadáa. Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kẹ́mi wọn ó gùn. Mo wá kí bàbá wa, bàbá Ajérò. Bàbá Ìgbòho ni bàbá. Ìgbà tí mo wà ní exile tójú ogun lé, gbogbo ìgbà ni bàbá ń pè mí. Bàbá láwọn àwọn ti bá bàbá Ọ̀ọ̀ni sọ̀rọ̀. Bàbá rẹ ti fà ọ́ mọ́ra. À ń yanjú ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ, ọ̀rọ̀ ń yanjú wà á wálé. Ẹ bá mi ṣe kábíyèsí o. Mo kí Ọlọ́run ọba tó láyé tó fi ọjọ́ èyí sojú mi. Ọdún tó lọ ìgbà tí mo wá, mo fi agbára Ọlọ́run àti àwọn bàbá mi wálé ni. Mi ò tí ì ní fídíò. Mo fi ọmọ líle wálé pé ẹni tí ó bá mi jà á jọ lẹ̀pọ̀. Òun ni mo ṣe wá.
Before we watch this footage, it is important